38 sa balota, Alex Lacson.
Ang atin pong pinagmamalaki, Kuya Alex Lacson ng CFM.
Brother Alex, important ka talaga naming mga CFMers.
First part, makilala ka namin. Gusto namin makilala si Kuya Alex na CFMer.
Malaking supporter, sandalan namin ng CFM.
Anong nag-udyok sa'yo para tumakbo?
Parang there is a part of me that always seeks for solution. I always seek for solution.
Talking about solutions, punta tayo sa platform mo.
For you to really appreciate the beauty of each of the program ko, I need to explain it to you in the way I'm explaining to you now.
So gusto namin makilala si Kuya Alex na CFMer.
Magkakasama po kami sa Unit 10 sa Christ the King Parish sa Green Meadows. Tagal na rin kami magkasama since 2010 pala.
Oo nga. 12 years na pala, Alex, no? Siguro matanong ka namin, what keeps you with CFM? Ano yung nakita niyo maganda sa CFM?
Malaking tulong, no? Naging malaking supporter, sandalan namin ang CFM. Maraming pinagdadaanan namin sa bilang mag-asawa, bilang pamilya, bilang mga magulang, sa trabaho. At ang dami kaming nakukuhang suporta at inspirasyon sa mga members. Doon sa iba't ibang members ng Unit 10, no?
Kuya Alex, marami sa atin nakabasa na ng mga books mo. May kita natin dun yung pangarap mo para sa bansa natin, sa mga kababayan natin. Gusto kong malaman ano yung ibaba natin sa level ng CFM. Anong dream mo or vision mo para sa community natin sa CFM?
I really wish for CFM to be the most progressive and the most progressive of all the lay organizations in the country, the most reform-oriented of all the faith-based organizations in the country. I have always looked at itong laity, the faith-based organization, FBOs, and the lay organizations as a possible source of hope for our country, in changing our country.
So, anong nag-udyok sa'yo para tumakbo?
There is a story that I guess I need to share with you, and I think this would make you understand and know me better. As I think, as most of you know, I was born in Cabancalan, Negros Occidental. I spent the first 17 years of my life in Cabancalan, and I finished my elementary and high school in Cabancalan. When I was growing up in high school, I became an altar boy for 5 years in Cabancalan. But at the time, Cabancalan was really a hotbed of insurgency, and at the same time, a place of many abuses and injustices. So yun, but I just saw lang in Father Dangan yung compassion niya for the poor and his love for the poor, no, yung abuses, and I remember this na his way of serving God is really serving the poor. His way of loving God is loving the poor and fighting for the causes of the poor. And siguro yun yung na-imbibe ko sa kanya. So he became a big influence sa akin, si Father Diktangan. And maybe it influenced the kind of person that I am today. Because I grew up surrounded by poverty. Kahit na-develop, I don't know, siguro yun lang ako. Yung parang there is a part of me that always seeks for solution. I always seek for solution. And my wife calls me as a seeker of solutions. And maybe it reflected doon sa libro ko. In all my books, I always offer solutions. On individual level. In my latest book, I offered solutions, radical reforms, doon sa institutional level.
Talking about solutions, punta tayo sa platform mo. I've read the 15 points ng platform. Maybe pumili ka nung tatlo or more na malapit sa puso mo na
Yung mga top.
gusto mo pag-usapan dito sa CFM members natin.
So itong 15 ito do not actually capture all that I want to do in the Senate, especially the radical reforms. But itong 15 programs, they would create jobs and livelihoods for the people. No? Itong una po, siguro itong family health card, consistent na 18 million families are low-income families in our country. No? That's why 18 million families have been classified as ayuda beneficiaries under the Bayanan Acts 1 and 2 in our country. 18 million families. Itong concept ko dito sa family health card, na pag may nagkasakit sa isang miyembro ng pamilya nila, yung hindi mababayaran ng PhilHealth, pwede niyang gamitin itong family health card. Sinusulong natin dito sa family health card 100,000 pesos per family per year. 100,000 pesos per family per year. So yung hindi masasakop ng PhilHealth, pwedeng gamitin ito. No? Next month, pag may nagkasakit sa pamilya nila, yung hindi mabayaran ng PhilHealth, pwedeng gamitin ito. No? Hanggang maubos ito sa isang taon, itong 100,000. Maraming nagsasabi, of course, na, well, paano natin pupondohan yan? No? Very true. Very true. Pero kung tingnan ninyo, in history, no? In 2010, our national budget was only 1.6 trillion. Nakayanan ng gobyerno. Ngayon, ang national budget natin is 5.2 trillion. Sasabihin pa nila na kulang. Okay? Alam mo, may pera ang gobyerno. Depende lang kung saan mo ilalagay yan. Kung saan mo gagastusin yan. No? May pera ang gobyerno. So, and ito, gusto ko nga isulong yan dyan. And according to Ombudsman Deputy, and Deputy Ombudsman is si Cyril Ramos, in 2019, we lost to corruption almost 770 billion pesos in 1 year alone. And that's just, nasa low end pa yan kasi 20% lang. Sabi niya, it could be higher than 770 billion a year na wala sa corruption. So every year, we lose that much sa graft and corruption. Ang truth of the matter is that all our national budget, they're all intended for the taong bayan. Pinapadaan lang natin sa kamay ng gobyerno. Pinapadaan natin sa mga departments natin, sa Congress natin, saka sa mga LGUs natin. Pero ito, wag na natin padaanin. Diretso na ito sa taong bayan para walang kaltas, walang bawas. Part pa rin siya ng national budget. So that's one. No? A few nights ago, I spoke to a group of OFWs in Italy. Ganon din. Pag nagkasakit sila, halos sagot lahat ng gobyerno. So, and actually, I want the same thing for the Filipino people. Pero until such time na hindi pa natin perfect itong PhilHealth, yung universal healthcare law natin, I'd like to push for itong family health card. So yun. Kasi I know na pag naipasa yan, it will benefit the 18 million low-income families in our country. The second program that I'm pushing for, ito yung National Dairy Program. No? Masensya ka na kayo, medyo technical, but just would like to explain the context of that. No? When you say dairy, ito yung gatas, ito yung keso, tsaka ito yung drinks na may halong gatas. Do you know that the dairy industry in the Philippines is so much bigger than the sugar industry in our country? The sugar industry in the Philippines is roughly 70 billion pesos a year. But the dairy industry is almost double that, 120, 130 billion a year. Ang problema lang, itong dairy industry natin, nasa kamay ito ng foreigners, ng foreign companies. 97% of our dairy products are imported. So what I would like to tell you is that ito lang, pag ma-implement natin ito, mabigyan mo lang ng 3 baka, 3 kalabaw na ginagatasan ang bawat isa sa mga small farmers, yung 4 million, ang income nila, monthly income nila, tataas from 4,000 every month, maging 8,000 to 12,000 to 15,000. Saan mo gagamitin yung gatas na nakuha ng mga small farmers? The Department of Education, including the Department of Health, meron po tayong school feeding program in all the public schools in the country. Pero ang ginagamit yan, imported milk. Imported milk. So, but instead of imported milk, we can use actually itong fresh milk. No, na from So kung gagamitin natin ang fresh milk na gagamitin sa school feeding program, ano maging resulta? Our children from the public schools, they would become healthier, taller, and smarter because fresh milk ang iniinom nila. So tremendous ang benefits niya doon sa kabataan. At tremendous din ang potential niya in uplifting from poverty poor Filipinos in the country. So yun yung benefit niya. Ang pang third, very quick na lang ito siguro, ito yung cooperative farming na I really want to push for. Do you know that last year, ano to no? Last year, we imported a total of 402 million kilos of chicken. Manok. No? Ibig sabihin, we imported practically 402 million kapiraso ng manok. Ganun karami. Baboy, 336 million kilos of baboy. Sabi ko, bakit tayo nag-import ng ganong karami na manok at baboy? Bakit hindi natin gayahin yung ginagawa ng Taiwan, ng Thailand, ng South Korea, ng Japan, ng Germany, including a few countries in Scandinavian countries? Ano pong ginagawa nila? 20 hectares po, 30 hectares. Cooperative farming yan, focused on, halimbawa, chicken. Nandun yung mga small farmers, supervised by experts on how to do it right. Example po, no? Galing akong Kabankalan. Liblib na lugar yun doon sa Negros. Pag pumunta ka po sa supermarkets, anong mga manok ang makikita mo sa supermarkets? Produkto po ng big chicken corporation companies po na umaabot pa doon sa amin at yun yung binibenta doon. So in my computation lang, dito lang sa chicken at sa baboy, if we can develop cooperative farms in every province po, no? Mga tulungan yung mga maliliit na pamilya, it can generate, maka-generate po ng livelihood to at least 3 million poor families in our country. So, yun po, let me end there, but marami pa, 15 kasi yan. But for you to really appreciate the beauty of each of the program po, I need to explain it to you in the way I'm explaining to you now. Yeah, but more than that, I'm really pushing for radical reforms. Radical reforms in our political system, radical reforms in our economic system. Ano po, sobrang sama na ang sitwasyon ng politika sa ating bansa. And we need to radically change and re-engineer our political system. No? For instance po, itong very chaotic nating politics in our country, na kung saan po yung mga pag na-elect yung bagong presidente, lahat ng mga politiko nagsisilip-lipatan, parang political prostitutes. It's because of our multi-party system. No? Kailangan bumalik tayo sa two-party system or three-party system like in some countries in Europe. Kasi po pag two-party system at nandoon ka, tulad po sa Amerika, tulad sa UK, mapipilitan ka to be loyal in your party at papagalingan sila ng plataforma, papagalingan sila ng pag-delivery ng services at made-develop talaga yung party sa atin. We need to go back to two-party system. That's one. No? Number two po, itong party-list system po natin has been raided, has been totally bastardized. It was supposed to be for the poor, maliliit at marginalized sectors. But right now, it's the billionaires who are running it. Pumunta po kayo sa bawat probinsya ngayon, bawat political dynasty in the province po, merong party list. So, nawala ng boses yung maliliit, mahihirap at marginalized sectors. We have to overhaul that. Find a way na para itong mga maliliit at mahihirap at marginalized sectors mabigyan ng boses talaga sa ano natin. At including po itong pagpili natin ng mga senador, very chaotic po. Very, that's why walang quality masyado. We have to go back to the 1935, the way we elected the senators by region po. No? So kailangan 2 per region in 17, 18 regions in our country. There would be equitable representation per region, and there would be equitable distribution of talent and resources po. So in the long run, I'm in favor of going to parliamentary and even federal, but before that, we have to set these foundations. Ito po mga prerequisites. Kailangan po ayusin muna natin yung, tanggalin natin yung multi-party system. So yun po, no? These are some of the reforms in the political arena, and sa economy po, there are major radical reforms that we need also to introduce.
Thank you. look forward kaya Brother Alex, no, na susuportahan ka talaga naming mga CFMers.
And with this blessing, we send you off, Kuya Alex, towards a sure seat in the Senate for our dream Philippines, for the renewal of our country, renewal of our Christian and ecclesial life. Amen.
Kuya Alex Lacson po, para senador.